Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Happier Hour. Today, we have with us Dr. Pallavi Burke. She is a clinical psychologist practicing in Mumbai for more than 22 years, before which she was in Bahrain. She has a double doctorate in behavioral sciences. She is the founder of Awareness to Wellness. She is the proposer of Theory of the Mind, which helps people understand how the mind functions from the beliefs formed in formative years of life, thus creating limitations in growth and blocking people in their current lives. She is the first certified teacher trainer for inner child integration therapy recognized by Earth Organization. Her forte is assimilation of spiritual, psychological aspects with a holistic approach. She is the author of best-selling book Reflections, a journey of conscious communications towards emotional wellness. She has impacted thousands of lives in the role of corporate trainer, reflective coach, and therapist. And we'll be discussing about unlocking abundance in life. Welcome to the show, Dr. Pallavi.
Thank you so much, Seenam, for having me here, and I'm very happy to share whatever knowledge I have.
Thank you
with
so
you.
much. So, we are talking about unlocking abundance in life. But before really discussing about that, I have a question in terms of हमारी लाइफ में बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, थिंग्स आर लिमिटेड एंड देन वी आर सेइंग वील बी गेटिंग वट एवर वी वांट. जब अगर लिमिटेड ही है तो हर किसी को सब कुछ कैसे मिल सकता है?
That's a very beautiful question you ask me, Seenam, because सबसे पहले तो हमें लगता है वो लिमिटेशन है, और लिमिटेशन इस वजह से है because from childhood we were conditioned and we were told that we can access some things and we are not going to be able to access certain things. Now, as soon as we are born whole and complete. We are born with a million possibilities of what can be. However, because we start to be conditioned from childhood, हम ये समझने लगते हैं कि if I am reprimanded for something, I can never be that part. And what I do is I leave that part back there. Then I come ahead in life and I leave something else. And I come ahead in life and I leave something else. So by the time we are adults, which I can safely say 18 to 25, that is the time when I'm only existing 20% maximum of who I was born to be. जब हम ही ने अपने आप को लिमिट कर लिया है, how can I claim that I'm not finding abundance because 80% of me is behind? And I'm saying I'm not able to reach. Now, if you go to see practically, if 80% of me is stuck here, how do I reach my abundance? My abundance is there, but 80% of me is stuck here. Now, what is happening is because conditions that came to me, they were guidelines for life. जब हम नई गाड़ी चलाना सीखते हैं, when we start to drive, we are given a guideline. दोनों हाथ स्टीयरिंग व्हील पे रखो, आंख सीधी रखो, मुंडी मत हिलाओ. These are guidelines. Once I learn the technique of driving, then I do this. I'm talking, I'm sipping,
Correct.
I'm on my phone, I'm doing, and there's a lot of freedom to do what I'm doing. The same thing applies for life. We have the freedom to use the guidelines as per my convenience and as per the societal norms. But जो हमने बचपन में छोड़ दिया है, saying that this is not for me, then I'm not going to be able to go forward. And that is why we are limited by that. We are not limited by what is outside of me. We are limited by what I have brought with me inside. And that is where I feel a lack of abundance. Also, another thing that we need to understand, my accessibility to abundance is to the extent of what I am aware of. Now, if my awareness is so limited to what is happening in the future, I'm not present to what's happening in my now moment. And I'm not even sure कि मैं किस हिस्से को अभी प्रैक्टिस करूं ताकि मैं abundance को प्रैक्टिस कर सकूं. I have sown a chiku seed and I'm expecting an apple or a mango.
Hmm.
वो कभी नहीं होने वाला. Again, we have to understand what am I lacking in abundance. The lack is not outside of me, the lack is inside of me. And that lack that I'm feeling inside of me is my own mindset. Let me give you an example, Seenam. Tell me, give me one number in your head that you will feel that, oh, Pallavi, I am very, very abundant as far as money is concerned. Give me a number.
Yeah, for a very long time, 100 crores was that number for me.
Now become aware, when you say 100 crores, do you trust that you are capable of that 100 crores today?
I mean, for me, till a point, I was very convinced I am, I can do it. I will do it.
Today,
But
not tomorrow.
today, no.
See, the whole idea is I'm not challenging. And I love you. I love you for being so honest. What happens is the minute I say abundance, if you ask a child, what is abundance for a child? एक chocolate ice cream. मिल जाता है उसको. Because he believes in that chocolate ice cream. He believes that मिलने वाला है. मेरा हक है. My deservability. The minute I put a number in my head for money, here I'm talking of money because most of us struggle in two areas of life, money and love. And every other problem is a byproduct of these two things. Right? So if I'm looking at money and if I'm saying 100 crores, I'm saying 100 crores in the future. मैंने वो condition डाल दिया कि 100 crores in the future, not today. And how, if you tell a child, मैं आइसक्रीम आपको अभी दिलाता हूँ, what is the excitement of the child? He is going to start jumping around for that ice cream from this moment till he has it in a hand and he starts to fantasize, he starts to live that life as if it's already existing for the child. That is the excitement that we need to go towards our abundance. It has to start existing for me now. The minute I say I have the abundance, I will have it in the future. But the minute I say I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it, I want to have it. The minute my mind says I want to have it, it is futuristic. We have to understand that the mind processes information in dichotomy. The minute I am telling my mind I want to have 100 crores, I am telling my mind you don't have it, you don't have it, you don't have it. The minute I'm telling you don't have it, what is the seed I'm sowing? I don't have it. अभी don't have it से have it होने वाला है. It won't happen. I have to sow, I have it. And then it will become my physical reality. I have to start manifesting it in the now moment. The seed has to be sown in the here and the now.
अभी जैसे आपने ये वाला एग्जाम्पल दिया मनी वाला ही, so even if I say that I have 100 crores today, the reality is my bank balance doesn't say that, right?
Correct.
My bank account doesn't say I have 100 crores. So how do I really make myself believe that I have 100 crores because I want to have 100 crores?
Right. Now just think of it. आपके खाते में 100 crores है, वो सिर्फ एक अलग खाते में है, और वो खाता आपने अभी तक देखा ही नहीं है. We are talking of the universal energies and how these universal energies of abundance work for us. Okay? Let me tell you, what happens is, we are all vibrational energies. If I have to talk from a physics point of view, every emotion has a vibrational energy. Everything is vibration and frequency. Now understand how frequencies work. When it is a positive frequency, let's assume this is a time frame. And if I'm experiencing a positive emotion, there will be just one emotion that will happen in this frame. One frequency of emotion which is positive, because positive is spread over a time. A negative frequency happens like this. Now in this time frame, you have experienced a positive emotion once and a negative emotion multiple times in that same time frame. आपका mind क्या याद रखेगा?
The negative emotion.
The negative emotion. Now understand, because it has happened so many times, and not right or wrong. See, now what happens is, we were conditioned to avoid bad things to happen to us, and good things should keep happening to us. Now, in our own memory, because we do not want bad things to continue happening to us, we keep reminding ourselves, ये नहीं होना चाहिए, ये नहीं होना चाहिए, ये नहीं होना चाहिए, ये नहीं होना चाहिए. We are not concentrating on what होना चाहिए, क्या होना चाहिए. Now, when you're not concentrating on what क्या होना चाहिए, and you're concentrating so much on what should not happen, you are actually investing in what should not happen. You're not investing in what should happen. Now, when we are looking at emotions, understand, negative emotions are vibrating at a very low level of energy, and positive emotions are at a very high level of energy. Manifestation happens at high level of energy. This energy is going to feed your manifestation. आप ये लेवल पे वाइब्रेट करके इमोशनली, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू रीप दैट लेवल. आप खाद ही गलत डाल रहे हो. आपने सीड गलत बोया है, आप खाद अलग डाल रहे हो. द आइडिया इज, what is it or how is your action if you have 100 crores? Are you acting that? What is the behavior of a person who has 100 crores? Am I acting that? And if I'm not acting, if I don't have the attitude that I already own 100 crores, the way I sit upright,
Correct.
the way I hold my cup of coffee, the way I talk to you, the confidence that I exuberate and I bring to the room, the way people turn around and say, oh my God, that person is here. Can I be that person? And the minute you be that person, energy starts to flow. But if I'm not going to be that person, you know what is the condition? तू पहले मुझे दे, फिर मैं वैसा बनूंगा.
Correct.
And the idea is, तू पहले वैसे बन, and you will get it. Now, to give you a very practical example, अभी तक जो मैंने समझाया, I think that is very intellectual and not practical. Now, let's look at people who come from second generation, third generation business people. जो family में रिस्क टेकिंग बिहेवियर जो है, वो बच्चों को बचपन से सिखाया जाता है.
Correct.
They don't need to go to business schools.
Correct.
To learn business. They already know what to do. They're not afraid of taking risks. Their parents are encouraging them, जा गलती कर, सीख और वापस आ.
Correct.
In our case, we are not allowed to lose 100 rupees as a child. आप अगर बचपन में 100 रुपया खो के आते हो तो कितनी मार पड़ती है या कितनी डांट पड़ती है? That's conditioning. Because 100 rupees खो के आया, oh my God, we are in a lack, we are in a lack, we are in a lack. So that is what we have been conditioned. तो उस कंडीशन से हमारी बिलीफ सिस्टम्स, हमारा माइंडसेट भी लैक की तरफ काम करता है. Are you afraid to spend 10,000 rupees today? आज है खाते में 10,000 rupees, जाके खर्चा करके आओ. Go to a 5-star and just have a lovely breakfast and see.
कल का डर है ना.
कल का डर है because यकीन नहीं है कि कल शायद नहीं आया तो.
Correct.
पर ये रिस्क टेकिंग बिहेवियर होना जरूरी है. That is what people do in their businesses, in their workplaces. People with second, third generation, all successful business people, they are willing to take risks. And when we come from an employee mentality, we are waiting for that 30th to come. Salary credit होगा तो वो 5, 6, 7 दिन I feel very abundant.
Correct.
And 8वें दिन back to lack. But that is conditioning and conditioning and conditioning. Can I let myself spend money and say, okay, I'm going to spend money? Now also understand, where are you going to find abundance? Are you going to find it in the Udupi next door? Or in a restaurant next door or in Taj?
Of course, Taj.
Right? मैं अगर ताज में जाके once in a month if I sit and I have coffee, then people who come there regularly are going to see me.
Correct.
And if they see me, they're going to say, oh, she's somebody because I see her regularly. Then they'll walk up to you and say, hey, I see you regularly. Glad to meet you. And what
Glad
do
to
you
meet
do?
you.
And what do you do? And that's how they get to talk. That's how you build relationships with the abundant people. That's how you build collaborations. That's how you build network. And there you belong to the abundant group. And tomorrow, whatever work you do, they are going to think of you because you already belong to that class. When I go from a business mindset or from a mindset saying that मुझे business करना है, but I'm going to somebody who's more abundant than me, can I ask them for business or am I begging them for business?
No, you ask for business.
Will you get it?
If you ask, definitely.
Now understand, if my maid comes and says, मैडम मैं ना एक business खोलने वाली हूँ, आप पैसा लगाओ. What are the chances that you and I will invest?
Hardly.
Why not?
Because we don't believe in her capabilities. We don't
Exactly.
believe.
So the abundant people or the energy of abundance, why should it trust you? If you're not going to exuberate or if you're not going to be vibrating at that abundant energy. If your friend turns around and says that, okay, Seenam, come, let's start something in partnership. The chances of you investing in her business are higher
Correct.
than you investing in your maid's business because vibrational energies are different.
Correct.
And in all probability, the maid might do better business than our friends. And a friend might take us for granted. Yet, we learn to trust a friend because of the vibrational energy, because we know what is this friend capable of monetarily or from an abundance point of view. When you look at it from a maid point of view, the chances are that she might have the will, the ability, the knowledge, but her vibrational energy is that of a lack. So the trust in that lack is going to be minimal. And that is exactly how the energies function. If I am begging, please मुझे दे दे, please मुझे दे दे, भीख में क्या मिलता है?
भीख ही मिलती है भीख.
और हक से जब हम मांगते हैं, मेरा है मुझे दे, मैंने तो खर्चा कर लिया, कल का दिन मुझे नहीं पता, बाबा यू टेक केयर ऑफ इट. जो जिद्दी बच्चा होता है ना, जो हक से छीन लेता है, उसकी सारी डिमांड्स पूरी होती है. देखा है इन सिबलिंग्स ऑल्सो. जो अच्छा बच्चा होता है बोलता है कि मुझे मेरे टाइम से मिलेगा. करेक्ट. उसको कितना मिलता है, और जो बोलता है मैंने खर्च कर लिया, अभी मैं क्या करूं, तुम देख लो, मैंने तो गलती कर ली. सो यू विल बी प्रोवाइडेड फॉर. And it's not a galti, it is just my deservability. How much do I think I deserve? And practically, this is a mindset that we all hold. We do not feel the abundance because we are practicing a mindset of lack. और जो बोओगे वही आप काटोगे. So if I want abundance, I have to sow the seed of abundance. Don't worry about tomorrow. I'm not saying be foolish. Be mindful of where can I practice abundance. And do you realize that in nature, it is only humans who end up saving?
Yeah.
It's only humans. And who are insecure? Only humans. The complex emotions that we think of, it's only the human beings who end up becoming insecure.
Correct.
The other animals in the nature or animal kingdom are not insecure. They know that I have to hunt for today, I am provided for today, and if tomorrow comes, I'll go out and hunt. And I will be provided for. And if not, probably today I am not meant to receive food. That doesn't mean I'm never going to have it ever. But the insecurity that we all feel is coming from the fear of not having enough. We perceive competition. But the competition is only perceived. There is a lot of abundance everywhere in my environment. And often what we don't realize is that we are running after one. Now understand another thing about abundance. If I give you a gift, or rather you give me a gift, and I don't say a thank you to you, what are the chances that you will give me a gift again?
Very less.
No, zero. Let's be very honest, it's going to be zero. Sinam. Because I didn't say a thank you. I took the gift and I kept it and I got busy. Are you going to feel valued?
No.
Are you going to even think whether, I mean, you'll wonder, is this even valuable to Pallavi? Does she even care about what I'm giving her? Often, Sinam, abundance is based on the platform of gratitude, which we don't follow. We don't say a thank you for what we actually have. And what is necessary for life, we always have in abundance. I don't have to beg the universe to give me fresh air. It's there. I'm surviving. Do I even say, oh my God, I'm so happy I'm still alive.
Correct.
I'm breathing. Because it's things that are necessary for life are already provided without even asking. Am I grateful for those things? Do I have to worry where my meal for the evening is going to come from? Do I have to worry how my month is going to go? Should I not be thankful for all those things? Should I not be thankful for the 2 hands, 2 legs that help me survive and go out there and achieve my goals? We are not even thankful for these things. And then we are saying, keep giving me, I'm a black hole that's consuming. I'm not going to say thank you. We've forgotten our basics of gratitude. You start saying a gratitude prayer every day and see your life transform. Then abundance just starts flowing because you're saying, thank you, I'm so happy you gave me this. You give gifts to children because they are happy of what they receive. They are happy, they say thank you. Even if they don't say thank you, you see the genuine happiness of having what they have. And therefore we keep rewarding them. Okay, take this. Okay, see this. Is this of value to you? Is this of value to you? And we just keep giving. We somewhere stop being happy in the true sense of what we have. We are complaining of ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, ये होना चाहिए, वो होना चाहिए. And that is where we begin to lose the plot of abundance.
And you know, we were discussing about abundance that हमारे पास नहीं भी है तो हमें ये लगना चाहिए कि है हमारे पास. But isn't this like hallucination in a way कि जो चीज़ है ही नहीं हम उसको imagine कर रहे हैं?
Correct. अब मुझे आप बताओ, एक दरवाजा बंद है और उसके पीछे आपकी वेल्थ पड़ी है. और आप कह रहे हो कि नहीं मेरे पास है ही नहीं. What needs to happen, Sinam, for me to even perceive that abundance is to open that door. तकलीफ यहाँ होती है कि most of us don't know where that door is.
Correct.
और हर एक के पास वो दरवाजा है. Every individual has that abundance. जैसे मैंने कहा कि abundance is there in what you have sown. अगर आपने बहुत सारा कंप्लेन सो करा है तो अबंडेंस में आपको कंप्लेन करने के लिए मौके मिलेंगे. अगर आपने इमोशंस, पॉजिटिव इमोशंस सो करे हैं तो अबंडेंस में आपको पॉजिटिव इमोशंस मिलेंगे. हियर द थॉट इज टू टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फॉर व्हाट इज इट दैट आई एम सोइंग and how is it going to manifest. Now understand, what you say is toxic positivity about abundance, which is true, because I'm carrying a cone full of shit. And I'm sorry for this language, but this is the best explained shit. I'm carrying a cone full of shit और उसके ऊपर मैंने बहुत सारा आइसक्रीम डाल दिया. Will that be abundance?
No, it isn't.
What needs to happen is I need to empty out that shit, or rather throw out that shit. And what is this shit that I'm talking about is the conditioning of what is possible and what is not possible. It is again my own limitation, perceived limitation. It's not real. It is a perceived limitation that does not let me grow further. Can I concentrate on the solution of the problem rather than the problem itself? What causes this toxic thought pattern about the positivity is that we are saying, I love you, but.
Correct.
And that but, sorry to say this, but I always tell my students this, I always told this to my students, whenever you use a but in a statement, you have discounted everything before the but, and it is a soft blow to what is going to come further. And but in physiological terms is only full of shit. तो आप किसी भी चीज के आगे बट लगा दोगे, you are adding a lot of negativity. If I'm adding a negativity, what I'm doing is I am again coming down to the level of frequency of negative emotions, and I may not be able to vibrate at a abundance. I may not be able to vibrate at the frequency that requires me to be abundant. Just because I know the door is behind me of abundance, and because it's convenient for me to be here, I keep knocking at this place. ये दरवाजा है ही नहीं जो खुलने वाला है. I have to look at where is my abundance. Look at a situation and ask myself, what am I truly looking for? Most of the times, we are not even aware कि हम चाहते क्या हैं.
Exactly.
We don't even know कि where am I lacking abundance. Another thing that we need to understand, my relationship with my mother defines my abundance in my love relationships and my meaningful relationships that I have, and my relationship with my father defines my relationship with money and monetary aspects and wealth. So go back and see, do I really have a playful, loving, meaningful relationships with these two people? And why these two people is, as soon as I'm born, my mother is my nurturer. And so it also defines my relationship with earth, who is my nurturer. My father is my provider. And it defines my relationship with the universal energies. The way I treated my father, or the relationship I have with my father, is going to tell me my relationship with money, because that is exactly the relationship I have with the universal energies that are providing me with everything. If I'm angry with my father in my childhood, and I'm saying my father was such a horrible person, उन्होंने मारा है, पीटा है, he was not there for me, he didn't pay attention. That is the relationship you're having with your universal energies. And if that is the relationship, do you think you're going to receive abundance? Now the same goes with your mother. If you've had a toxic relationship with your mother and you haven't had a very beautiful nurturing relationship, then how are you going to be nurtured? Because you're sowing the seed of nurturance in earth, and then you are being provided by your provider. If this relationship is toxic, then how are we going to work, or how are we going to get what we truly want?
True.
So toxic positivity is basically, when we look at abundance, we are looking at the relationship with my mother and my father to see what was. Now it doesn't mean that I should forget and forgive. नहीं होता है. जब तक acceptance नहीं है, I cannot clean that dirt or that condition that is blocking me from my abundance before acceptance. The first step is being aware that there is toxicity. The second thing is being aware and accepting that toxicity, because I have created it. If I have created it, only I can clear it. And it is a good place, no? Otherwise I can blame my mother didn't do this for me, my father didn't do this for me. काश मेरे पापू ने मेरे लिए 10 करोड़ रखा होता तो मैं 100 करोड़ कल बना लेता.
Correct.
ये blame game हम खेल सकते हैं. But the idea is, can I say, yes, my father didn't provide for me, but my need is of 100 crores. And thank you, Dad, for not leaving it for me and trusting that I'll make the 100 crores by myself. How many of us can say that to our fathers? But when our fathers or mothers turn around and say, क्या किया जिंदगी का आज तक, कुछ तो नहीं किया, what are you doing, 100 करोड़ के सपने देख रहा है, 100 रुपये कमाने की तो औकात नहीं है. I have internalized that belief that my parents have given because we trust them. Whether we like it or not, we trust them. So when I internalize that belief, how am I going to manifest it when they have told me? They are the providers, no? Provider and nurturer ने बोल दिया कि तुम्हारी औकात ही नहीं है 100 रुपये कमाने की. How am I going to believe कि I am going to do it in spite of you not believing in me? Because eventually the nurturer and provider are here and there. These are only symbolically true for us. तो सिंबॉलिकली उन्होंने बोल दिया तो वी हैव इंटरनलाइज्ड. अभी इंटरनलाइज हो गया तो हमने अपना डोर ही शट कर लिया. तो अगर आना भी है तो दरवाजे के पीछे ही होगा, तो दरवाजा खुलना मुझे है. एंड दैट दरवाजा इज ऑफ बिलीफ कि मुझे मिलेगा. एंड कीप वॉकिंग द पाथ. इट इज नॉट लाइक शेख चिल्ली या ख्याली पुलाव पकाना, ओ आई विल हैव 100 crores tomorrow.
हाँ, exactly. क्योंकि you know a lot of people when they think or they hear about creating abundance, it's more like that, you know, बस अपने दिमाग में रहेंगे, हम सोचते रहेंगे रोज कि हाँ 100 करोड़ आ गया, 100 करोड़ आ गया.
You know, there is a very beautiful thought that I understand, और एक belief जो मैंने internalize करी है. Everything that becomes a reality starts with a thought. It has to be a thought. उस thought पर emotion attach हो जाता है. And the emotion is of I want this to happen, so you're excited about it, or I don't want this to happen, so it's fear.
Correct.
I don't want this to happen. Excitement is a positive emotion and fear is a negative emotion. Now when you're looking at these two aspects, आप उसमें energy invest करते हो. Energy अगर positive में आपने invest करी and energy अगर आपने negative में invest करी. Now when you invest energies, slowly it starts to take form and that form becomes your reality. So thought, emotion, energy and then action. और action से फिर आपकी reality बनती है. So missing any of these steps will not show you the end result, which is a reality. Let me give you an example. Can I borrow that pen?
Yes, yes, yes.
For this to become reality, somebody had to think of it कि let's make a tool that will pen down our thoughts and more permanent. Charcoal भी था, pencils भी थे, lead भी आया, but this is more permanent, right? Somebody had to think about it. Then that person got excited. When he got excited, then he put in energies by asking other people to come together. Okay, let's make something like this. Let's make it a reality. Let's make it this color. Let's make it in this form. Let's make it a design.
Correct.
This is energy. When they all put energy and that energy was put into action, today this is a reality for all of us. But this would not have been a reality for any of us if it only stayed in the thought. Or it only went up to an emotion. Aha moments. Aha, yes, yes, I have those 100 crores. वो 100 crores बनाने के लिए जो एनर्जी मुझे डालनी है, जिन लोगों को मुझे इन्वॉल्व करना है, जिन लोगों को मुझे लेके आगे वो 100 crores तक जाना है, have I gone there? Or have I thought of how am I going to go to that 100 crores? Do I have any talents? Do I have anything special? And believe me, every individual who is born, he is born with something unique. हर एक बंदा जो है वो यूनिक है. I and you cannot, we are similar, never the same. Even
Correct.
Twins are similar, never same. So अगर एक zygote से दो बच्चे similar है and same नहीं है, you and I cannot be same.
Correct.
We have similarities. So can our similarities come together to make a reality? And yet you are your own individual, I am my own individual, you bring your uniqueness to the table, I bring my uniqueness to the table, and our uniqueness then creates our reality.
Correct.
नेचर में दो पत्ते पौधों के सेम नहीं हैं, दे आर सिमिलर. So if nature has not made anything same, why are we trying to become someone? And the problem ये होती है सीनम कि हम usually सामने वाले को देख के I want to become that person.
Correct.
If I become that person, you will be the best copy of that person. You will never be a original. और value किसकी होती है? Original की.
Original की.
So should I not claim my originality, walk on somebody's footsteps, but not become that person, bring my own individuality and say I am different, and that is my USP. The more I recognize my individuality, my unique selling point, that is what is going to make me unique in this universe. मेरे जैसा कोई और नहीं है, कोई भी नहीं. And that is why the analogy, I have a God particle in me, you have a God particle in me. It's a very humbling thought for me that God is incomplete without me, because अगर मैं God का हिस्सा नहीं तो God तो अधूरा. It's a very humbling thing. But at the same time मैं इतना भी significant नहीं कि मैं बोलूं कि I am the existence, which I am, because if I am the God particle, I can become the universe. Right? And if I can become the universe and abundance is in the universe, can I not access my abundance? So the idea, what I'm saying, I understand सीनम, जो मैं बोल रही हूँ वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा deep conversation है. It's about owning all parts of me.
Correct.
I need a jealous part of me also.
Correct.
So when I'm coming from a belief system जहाँ बचपन से मुझे बोला गया है don't be jealous, it's wrong to be jealous of others. But if I'm not jealous, I will not be motivated to achieve what somebody else has. वो motivation तो चाहिए ना. अगर jealousy नहीं है and I'm a sant that I don't feel jealous, how will I reach that goal of mine if I'm not envious? See again, jealousy or envy is okay, jealousy may not. पर एक ही continuum के दो चीजें हैं.
Correct.
Am I here in jealous or am I here in envy? वो pendulum आपका कहाँ घूमता है वो जरूरी है. इमोशन का पेंडुलम आपका कहाँ घूमता है वो जरूरी है when we are talking of manifestations. So the more aware you become, the more aligned you are to who you are, the more aligned you are to all aspects of you, and then manifestation is magic. You know Seenam, every human being has the one most fearful concept. आपको सबसे ज्यादा डर किससे लगता है?
फेल होने से. मुझे तो फेल होने से लगता है.
Right. And what will you fail at?
What will I fail at?
Let me make it easy for you. We are all afraid of becoming God. शैतान बनना आसान है. पर अगर कल हम भगवान बन गए, आप भगवान बन गए, मैं भगवान बन गई, तो भगवान रिस्पॉन्सिबल होता है.
Correct.
And we are afraid of the responsibility that God has. I don't want to call it God, I want to call it the universal energies. Because God कहते हैं तो एक religious connotation आ जाता है. I don't want to get into religious connotations. I'm talking of spirituality. So when we are talking of the universal energies, we are all afraid of becoming that powerful. Because that much power comes with a lot of responsibility. And we are afraid of the responsibility. We are afraid कि अगर इतनी responsibility हमें मिल गई तो हम अपना freedom खो देंगे.
Correct.
So शैतान बना तो no responsibility at all. मैं करूँ तुम भरो. And when I become the universal energy, then मैं करूं और मैं भरूं. And that responsibility scares us. And therefore, we don't go closer to abundance.
You know, you were discussing about authenticity, on how we need to be authentic to really receive what we want. But, you know, and you correctly said it's not easy to be authentic, right? It is very difficult to really let go of everything you've been holding inside you. So, how can people be authentic?
See, like I said earlier, to be authentic, first I need to be aware that I am not being authentic. And how do I know that I'm not being authentic? Is when there is a sensation. Every experience I have, it has three anchors: sensation, emotion, and cognition. These three together form a personality pattern for us of how we are going to interact with the environment. Now, these three happen to us because the sensation was caused to me because I felt like a victim. I was wanting to explore something and mama ने फट करके एक हाथ पे लगा दिया, मत जाओ वहां पे. For the child, the curiosity was curbed and I was not able to go there further. And I don't want to feel this pain. So there's a victim in me who's saying, मेरे को मार दिया. Now, the next time I'm going to explore something, I'm going to remember this pain and not act at all. Now, if I'm not going to act, I'm limiting myself here.
Correct.
अब ये मेरे हक का है पर मैं लेने नहीं जाऊंगा because बचपन में मार पड़ी थी. So I am restricting myself in this. The authenticity is to ask myself, do I want it and can I have it? Okay. And when I'm doing this, which part of me is triggered? Is it my victim? Is it my defense mechanism? Or is it my coping mechanism? Let me give you an example. Say, as a child, my mother and father were not available for me. And I did not feel a sense of belonging. And I'm going everywhere becoming a pleaser. Please, auntie, I'm such a good boy. मैं poem सुनाऊँ आपको. And I learned that when I'm a pleaser, people accept me.
Correct.
जब मैं अपने मन की करता हूँ, तो people don't accept me. They call me labels. And they reject me. So in my head, I am saying I have to do what people are telling me to do. But then I have lost my authenticity because I am not being myself. I am being what others want me to be. Even when people are asking in abundance, I want 100 crores. My first question to people is, why? क्या कर लोगे 100 crores का? So what are the probable answers that people will give? Okay, if I had to ask you, Seenam, what will you do with the 100 crores?
I'll have a very big house,
Why?
lavish life. Because I will feel rich. I'll be happy.
What I'm hearing Seenam say is, I'm not rich, I'm not happy. What is happening is, we have put conditions to our own happiness. If I'm not happy, I'm not vibrating at that high energy and I'm unhappy. So unhappy का कहाँ है vibration? तो manifestation तो वैसे ही रुक गया. And where did Seenam learn that I will be happy when I have 100 crores? Can you be assured of your happiness if you have 100 crores?
No.
Now, do you see the flaw in the belief patterns? Am I feeling abundant or am I functioning from a lack? I want to live a luxurious life. That is a need. I want 100 crores to live a luxurious life is a want. The minute you put a condition to how your need is going to be fulfilled, you've lost the plot. The universe might want to give you 10,000 crores and you're saying नहीं 100 crore उसकी ज्यादा की औकात नहीं है, मैं नहीं संभाल पाऊंगी.
True.
We are limiting ourselves with our own thoughts. The distinction between a need and a want. A need is telling your father or your mother ये चाहिए वरना मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा, ये नोटबुक चाहिए वरना मैं ये इतने नंबर नहीं लाऊंगा, ये पेन चाहिए वरना मैं पढ़ाई नहीं कर पाऊंगा, या ये बुक चाहिए मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा. And the parents will provide. But the minute you say वो पड़ोसी का बेटा है उसके पास वो बुक है वो मेरे को चाहिए, वो नीड कभी नहीं फुलफिल होती, because that is a want. That is the same relationship we have with the universal energies. Tell them your need, not your want. 100% of your times, your needs are always fulfilled. Always. Your wants may not be fulfilled. So when we are looking at abundant mindsets, when we are looking at authenticity, can I be authentic and say I want this because I want to feel it in a more way? मेरे पास abundance है. I have this cup, but I want a better looking cup because I feel nice. I want to feel nice. Are there other ways through which I can feel nice? Yes. But I want a better cup because I want to feel nice. So ask for feeling nice rather than मेरे को ये कप ला दो, मेरे को ये कप ला दो, मुझे ये कप ला दो. Because this cup does not guarantee your feel nice emotion. So understanding the why, am I looking at others and comparing my life with them and then saying, oh, your shirt is whiter than mine. And because I'm comparing myself, you don't know what the struggles are of that person. You don't know the path that person has walked. Even that person is not aware. So अगर आप copy भी करना चाहो तो भी आप maybe 50%, 60% you might copy what he might have done. But what is inside of that person is very unique to this person. And you will never know that. You can only recognize your own authenticity. The more real I become with myself, the better relationship I have with my higher self or my universal energies. I open the channel, I'm not blocking my channels with conditions. And therefore, things then become more easy for it to flow. तो वहां से abundance flow ही हो रहा है. हमने conditions डाल के उसमें बाधाएं डाली हैं. We are not receiving because I want it like this, I want it like this, I want it like this. इतने सारे filters डाल रखे हैं. The whole idea of the abundance workshops that I conduct is removing these filters. जो क्लॉग करे हैं बिलीफ सिस्टम्स ने, आपका सिस्टम जो क्लॉग किया है उसको निकालना है तो अबंडेंस अपने आप फ्लो हो जाएगा.
अभी आपने जैसे अपने वर्कशॉप्स की बातें करी, तो आप अपने वर्कशॉप्स में एग्जैक्टली क्या करते हैं?
Lovely. So the abundance workshop has two aspects to it. One is working with the belief systems that are blocking our abundance. And the second is creating a vision of manifestation of what do I want to manifest tomorrow. Now understand, 90% आपका काम है आपकी belief systems को unclog करना, और सिर्फ 10% काम है to create a vision. Because vision board, अगर आपने देखा, vision boards are possible and everybody creates a vision board. Many people have that vision board करेंगे at the beginning of the year. We all have resolutions and we have a vision. 15 दिन में ठप.
Correct.
और वो इस वजह से because we are trying to fulfill something with all the filters. And the filters are all the conditions that are saying this is not possible, this is possible only if, and conditions apply and conditions apply and conditions apply. And because of these conditions, we are not able to achieve what we want to achieve. So in the abundance workshop, सबसे पहले तो creating awareness of what am I asking for. When we ask people what am I asking for, people give me ideas. I want X person to love me. I want so much money for my business. I want so much money so I can then enjoy life. Please understand, if you want X amount and you're saying, if I have this X amount, I'm going to start enjoying life. What I hear is a filter. I will not enjoy life until I have X amount. अगर आप enjoy ही नहीं कर रहे हो, तो कैसे गारंटी है कि जब ये मिलेगा तब आप enjoy करोगे? So the idea is to say, I'm enjoying, I want to enjoy more. And in my head, I want to enjoy more if I have this. What is the end goal? Enjoy more or that money? आपने बोल दिया कि पापा आप मुझे प्यार करते हो तो आप मुझे 100 रुपए की नोट दोगे. But if you are not wise enough and if your father believes कि आप उस 100 रुपए का सही इस्तेमाल नहीं कर पाओगे, तो will you ever get it?
Never.
So how is that universal energy going to give you something if it doesn't realize that you are wise enough to handle it? I'll give you an example of an experience I had many years ago. I was in a workshop where we were doing manifestations, and at the end of this manifestation, everybody was writing out. I was a participant in that workshop, and everybody was writing down what they want and a time frame. By what time did they want and what did they want? And there was a participant who wanted to test कि सच्ची में manifestation होता है. So they wrote, and we had to fold it and keep it under our mat on which we were sitting. And we did it, and there was a meditation that we did after it. And suddenly at the end of the meditation, so there were these cabinets that were put up in the ceilings, and we were all sitting in the hall, huge hall where we were all sitting. And suddenly one of the cabinet falls down, and the person sitting under that cabinet dies on the spot. And we all are in a state of shock as to what happened just now. And we were all in a state of shock, and we didn't know how to react, what to happen. Of course, medics came in and everything happened, and we were all in a shaken thing. 3 days later, his wife comes in, and we just hand over everything to the wife. These are your husband's belongings, and take this. And there we find his chit, where he had written, I want $100,000 in my account in the next 2 days. He died. His insurance amount came into his account, $100,000. Did he say, I wanted to live to experience it? It was a want that was fulfilled. It was a want. And where did this want come from? Testing the energies. आप परीक्षा ले रहे हो. And understand, these manifestations or these meditations of manifestations can be very, very powerful. So the idea of the abundance workshop that I conduct is rooted in reality, is to first understand, what do I want? Why do I want it? What is my need? Is it a want? What will I do if I have it? How is my life going to change if I have this? Am I going to grow, or am I going to narrow down as a person if I have it? Am I going to become arrogant because I have 100 crores today? Or am I wise enough to multiply the 100 to 10,000 crores? Or am I stupid enough to blow it out and say, hey, मैंने तो खो दिया, वापस 100 crores दे. And there's nothing wrong. I can spend that 100 crores, but then I come back to becoming zero. And I have to start the process all over again and wipe out what I have already achieved. Am I growing this way or am I growing this way is a choice. So in the abundance workshop, we are looking at these aspects. It's a very highly spiritual experience that people go through. Like I just was when we were chatting, I said that one of my clients, I had a abundance workshop in November. We are in Jan right now. And one of my clients who lives in a 2 BHK had a vision of moving into a 4 BHK, which is a 12 crore property, was able to achieve that in less than 3 months. 3 months, November to December. In a month, they had booked that place, and 31st March, they are moving into that house. I had another client who wanted to lose 20 kgs by end of December within a month's time, which is very ambitious, and people will not vouch for that kind of weight loss. But then this person was able to lose 18 kgs, and that 18 kgs is great enough. Now, of course, the thought can be, पर 20 किलो मांगा था ना, 18 किलो ही क्यों मिला? Am I going to be in gratitude for the 18 kgs that I lost, or am I going to complain for the 2 kgs that I did not lose? Again, understand that if I'm coming from a space of complaining, I'm vibrating at a lower level of energies. If I'm going to function from gratitude, I'm going to function from happiness, joy, then it's a high level frequency. Right now, at this moment, there are so many microorganisms that are there in our environment. But because we are not tuned to seeing them or experiencing them, we don't see them. That does not mean that they do not exist. Similarly, these energies are not in my awareness because I'm not vibrating at that energy level. If I have to see it and if I have to experience it, I need to vibrate at that awareness level. So the whole magic is about vibrating at another level so that I'm able to achieve what I'm able to achieve.
Interesting. And when you were discussing about abundance initially, you said that typically people need abundance only in two places, money and love. However, what I've seen is a lot of people who have money, especially, people who are very, very wealthy, very rich, but still they have this scarcity mindset, right? They still feel they don't have enough. It's more like I need to hoard more. So, what do you have to say about that?
See, there are two things. One is they want more because they don't have enough. Now, the perception of I don't have enough comes from multiple reasons. One is I don't have enough for myself. I don't have enough for my family. I don't trust the ability of my family. I want to make a provision which is more for my family. Again, that enough comes from my childhood because I don't have enough is a thought that has been defined in the childhood. Because the mother says, नहीं, हमारे पास नहीं है, हमारे पास नहीं है. And probably that has caused so much of trauma to us that we don't want to be in that state, or we don't want our children to be in that state. So we keep wanting more and more. And when we are talking of money energy, specifically money energy is very, very subtle. बहुत हल्की है, बहुत लाइट है. What happens with money energy is the more I have it, the more I want it. It's very addictive. आपने 100 रुपया कमा लिया तो हाँ, अभी 1000 कमा लिया, अभी लाख कमा लिया, and like that you just want, because money energy makes you feel powerful. Does it make you powerful? No. It makes you feel powerful because when you have money, you can buy power. And here, people are not having a scarcity of money. What they are wanting is power. So I want more money because I want more power. When I see people who are coming from that attitude, मेरे दिमाग की बत्ती जलती है, I am powerless, I am powerless, I am powerless. And because you are powerless, you want more money to feel powerful. Because बचपन में देखा है, if people have money, they are powerful. And therefore, when you have certain amount of power, and then people get used to your power, then you want more power. and then you want more power. And when you want this power, you are functioning from low self-esteem. Why would I want power?
क्योंकि पावर है नहीं.
बिकॉज पावर है ही नहीं. और पावर किसके पास नहीं होती है? जिसका सेल्फ एस्टीम लो होता है. सो सेल्फ एस्टीम बढ़ाने के लिए पीपल वांट मोर एंड मोर एंड मोर. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, आपने सिर्फ अपने लिए इस धरती पर जन्म लिया है. आपके बच्चों की जिम्मेदारी आपकी नहीं है. एक बार वो 18 साल के हो गए, you have to let them go and explore their life on their own. When people save up for their children and when people say नहीं बच्चों के लिए कर रहे हैं, then I'm asking myself, do you not trust your children to make a life of them for themselves? मैं ये नहीं कहती कि जो आपने बनाया है वो बच्चों के लिए मत छोड़ो, because that becomes their beginning point. But don't function from I need for them to have so much. Maybe tomorrow the child will say, अरे माँ बाप ने इतना कमा के रखा है कि मेरे 7 पीढ़ियां बैठ के खाएंगे, मुझे कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं. So in all probability you are turning around and telling your child कि sorry boss, I don't trust your ability to make it for yourself, so that is why I'm providing for you. Again here it is you not trusting your own genetic coding. अगर आप इतना कमा पाए हो तो आपका बच्चा आपसे ज्यादा ही कमाएगा. Why do you not trust? And again, not wrong in making money, but the price that you are paying to make that money is what you have to evaluate. I have lost life because I was providing for my children. और वो जी लेंगे, मैंने तो जीना ही भूल गया. That is not why you are here in the first place.
Correct.
So that becomes the scarcity mindset, where I don't trust, and addiction to making money. And 2 is that I owe it to my next generation because I didn't have it as a child, so I must make it available for my children. No matter what price I am paying for them or they are paying for this money.
Correct. And even in, relationships, so how can abundance be applied in relationships?
Lovely question. Very few people have asked me this question. Respect. What we do with children, तू चुप कर, 2 पैसे की अक्ल तो है नहीं. You have taught this child he is not worthy of respect. Can I be patient enough to listen to what this child is saying? I'll give you my own example when I was not so wise and I was otherwise. Once, I think every parent does this at some point in time. अपने बच्चे को पूछते तू बड़ा होके क्या बनेगा?
Correct.
हम सब पूछते हैं. मैंने भी पूछने की गलती करी. मैंने अपने बच्चे को पूछा तू बड़ा होके क्या बनेगा? And he was wondering where this question is coming from. तो बहुत सोचा उसने. And then he comes back running to me and says, मम्मा मैं बड़ा होके बटरफ्लाई बनूंगा. And me and my idiot brain of mine, intellectual, I told him, नहीं बच्चा, you can't become a butterfly, human हो वाले काम कर. बेचारे इतना नाराज हो गया से, I can't become butterfly. No, बच्चा, you can't become butterfly. So he sat out for some time, and then he came back and he tells me, I think I will compromise and become God. Now, few things that we have to understand from this example. When he said he wanted to become a butterfly, as a mother, I failed to understand that he wanted to leave his color on everyone that he met. What a beautiful thing to do. He saw कि butterfly को पकड़ते हैं तो उसका कलर अपने हाथ पे चढ़ जाता है. And he thought, what a lovely thing, let me leave my color on everybody. And what did I do with my limited intellect? I said, नहीं हो सकता. So I took away his right to influence so many people who would come in his vicinity or come in his awareness. And then that child, his second option was to become God. And why God? because God is responsible.
Hmm.
मैं सबकी responsibility लूँगा मम्मा.
Hmm.
My son is 26 years old, and believe it or not, he is a very responsible child. Is it a good thing? As a mother, if you ask me, I'm very proud that my son is very responsible. But if you ask the therapist in me, or if you ask the psychologist in me, or if you ask the spiritual part of me, I feel very sad.
Hmm.
Because one is he could do something with his own free will,
Hmm.
and something that he has done because he cannot be someone. And जिसकी वजह से he has now chosen to take up responsibility for everyone.
Hmm.
So that was not his free will decision. It was a conditioned decision he made.
Hmm.
Is he going to feel the pressure of this at some point in time? Definitely.
Hmm.
Is he going to be happy with this decision? Maybe not after some time.
Hmm.
Because वो pressure building हो जाएगा उसके लिए.
Hmm.
But if he could leave his essence on every individual, he would have been himself. The authentic self would be happiest being the butterfly.
Hmm.
The compromised or the conditioned self is having to become God, because that is the next best thing he can think of.
Hmm.
So the idea is, these are belief systems that we pick up as children, and we live through these belief systems. And this is how we begin to either limit ourselves and not be our authentic selves.
Hmm. So basically, for relationship, you build abundance by giving respect.
Respect. You allow the person to be respected.
Hmm.
If you see, in many rich families or affluent families, saying a thank you to everyone, saying a please to everyone is a part of their lifestyle.
Correct.
That is, even when a servant brings you a cup of tea, you say thank you.
Hmm.
It's an attitude of gratitude. And please is bringing in humility.
Hmm.
So when you have humility, you have gratitude, it automatically humbles you. It teaches the next generation that yes, you are respected, your thoughts are respected, you are respected for who you are. You may have a limited understanding of life, or you may look at a certain point or a certain situation from a perspective, and I look at something from a different perspective. You and I can agree to disagree, and yet you have a valid point and I have a valid point.
Hmm.
And we respect our differences. We do not disown a person, we disown an opinion they have about a situation. When we can separate the person and the action, we have shown respect. And if we can do that, we live a very fulfilling, meaningful, loving, nurturing relationship.
That's very interesting. And as a mother myself and a wife and a daughter, I mean, how can I build abundance in my own life and, my loved ones? How can I build abundance around?
See, the whole idea is, you can't give what you don't have. If I love myself unconditionally, I can give you unconditional love. Now, this is a bowl of love that I have. If it is overflowing, this is self love. मेरा bowl है love का, you have your bowl of love. And if this bowl is full of unconditional love for myself, then whatever is pouring out of the cup, I will be happy that you take it away, because it is overburdening me. तो आप ले जाओ unconditional love. पर अगर मेरे पास limited है, like this, it is limited, and you say, Mama, give me unconditional love, I'm going to pour, and then I'm saying, वापस कब देगा? Now it is coming with an attitude of give it back to me, and that is where most relationships fail, because we give and we say, I love you so much. Conditions apply.
Correct.
I love you if you do this. I will not love you if you do that. I will love you if you do this. And so on so forth. Now tomorrow, let's be honest, can I love a son who is abusing me every single day?
No.
I'm a mother. Mother's love is unconditional.
No.
मम्मा तो भगवान का दूसरा रूप होती है.
No.
She has to love her child unconditionally. बेटा कितना भी नालायक हो, माँ को तो प्यार ही करना है. This is conditioning. But my son is abusing me left, right, center. क्या मेरे दिल से सच्ची दुआ निकलेगी उसके लिए? मैं दुनिया को दिखाने के लिए बोल दूंगी कि नहीं नहीं, उसका परेशानी है, उसको कितना काम का टेंशन है, वो नहीं कर, वो एक्चुअली प्यार बहुत करता है लेकिन वो नहीं इतना दे सकता क्योंकि उसको बाहर का बहुत सारा टेंशन है. जस्टिफिकेशन आई कैन गिव एज अ मदर. एम आई कन्विंस्ड अबाउट द जस्टिफिकेशन?
No.
So the unconditional love would mean I love myself so much that I will draw a boundary if my loved one is crossing that boundary and disrespecting me. Because if I can't love myself enough, how can I teach you to love me enough? And if you look around in all relationships, just see, we are giving, and especially, sorry, Bollywood and our teleserials have spoiled us big time. Because the good is absolute good and the bad is absolute bad.
Correct.
There is no such thing in this universe. I have the ability to be the most nasty human being I can be and the most gentle and loving and nurturing human being that I can be. It's only my relationship with the other that is going to define the boundary of where I'm going to function from. So, in a relationship, I must respect you and I must also respect myself. I cannot use your shortcomings to walk all over me and destroy me. I have to put a boundary and say, look, you are hurting me. If tomorrow my husband says something that is annoying or is crossing a boundary, if he raises his voice at me, I have to be able to tell him, look, I understand you're angry about something, but do not raise your voice at me because you're crossing the boundary of respect. I'm here to listen to you. I'm here to share our emotions, but definitely not at the cost of my self-respect. When we can draw this boundary of I am important and you are important, relationships are magical.
But जैसे आप बाउंड्री की बात कर रहे हैं कि if there are two individuals and there's a boundary and both of them respect the boundary, it's a perfect thing. But a lot of people also say इसकी बाउंड्री इसने अपने आप को इतना शेल में रख लिया है कि ये किसी को घुसने ही नहीं देती है. So what to do in such cases? Because there are a lot of people who will be like, they want to cross your boundaries, and of course you don't want that to happen. So you come as someone who's aggressive.
Okay. My question is, so what if people think I'm aggressive? Do they really know me? ये उनकी opinion है मेरे behavior के बारे में. Why should I worry about their opinion? Do I know who I am? I am protecting myself. Is that okay for me? आप अपने आईने में क्या देखते हो? Validation. Correct? Do you look into the mirror? Am I breathing? Am I alive? जिंदा हूँ क्या? You don't seek validation for it. You seek validation. Am I looking good enough? Is my hair okay? Is my lipstick okay? We seek validations for things that we are not confident about or things that we are not sure about ourselves. And we seek validation from the other. 90% of the time, सामने वाला हमें unconditional validation देता ही नहीं है. उनके भी validation देने के लिए they are giving you conditions to why they will validate you. Right? So if I am sure that I am not aggressing, but I'm just protecting myself, can I be empathetic and let this person know? Can I let this person know that, look, I am protecting my boundary and I don't feel the need to answer you or I don't feel the need to share certain part of my life, and that does not mean I'm rejecting you, I'm just protecting myself. That is a fair conversation. But if somebody says, hey Pallavi, how are you doing? I think, jump. mind your own business.
Hmm.
Now what I have done is when somebody came to me, I felt threatened कि अरे how are you पूछ लिया तो आगे जाके पता नहीं और क्या क्या पूछ लेंगे. So before they ask me 10,000 questions which I'm not ready to answer, let me just say get out. That is when you have protected yourselves but not respected that other person. You protect yourselves but also respect the intention of what that other person brings to the table. The intention is of maybe care, maybe concern, or maybe gossip. And humans are wise enough to understand whether the person comes from gossip or care. If he comes from care, acknowledge the care. Say, hey, you know, I'm really happy that you're worried about me, but I'm not ready to talk about my problems as yet. And I'm really grateful and I'm thankful that you're a part of my life, but give me some time. And when I'm ready to talk, I'll come and talk to you. This way, you're not communicating to that other person that you're rejected. You are saying, I am not ready. Galti meri hai. You are not saying, get out. Galti teri hai. Now, when that person doesn't feel rejected, the person is going to stand at your door waiting for you to come. And when you see the consistency of that person, that, oh, that person is going to wait for me, then probably the trust will build. Are we allowing that trust to build? So relationships is a very delicate, I call it intercourse between empathy and communication. It has a fine balance between how empathetic can I be and how balanced am I with the communication and what am I telling them in the communication. Can I take responsibility for my feelings and communicate that to the person? And not be afraid to tell them, yes, I'm vulnerable, but I'm not exposing my vulnerability to you.
And you know, in terms of practices that one can do to inculcate abundance in life, are there, like, you know, some practices that you, me, everyone can do?
Definitely. So a few things that I suggest people in my workshops is, one, start journaling. When I think about my lacks or when I think about what's not working for me, I'm adding to what is already there inside my body. My body is my boundary. So I keep adding by thinking about it. जो already negativity है, उसको मैं add करती हूँ if I think. I tell people, start writing whatever is in your thought. Now that is outside your body. When it is outside your body starts to feel free and doesn't have to store it. Example है, लैपटॉप है, आपके पास एक्सटर्नल हार्ड ड्राइव है, आपने सारा डेटा एक्सटर्नल हार्ड ड्राइव पे ट्रांसफर किया तो लैपटॉप जल्दी चलेगा, बेटर चलेगा. इट्स द सेम एनालॉजी. यू आर राइटिंग इट एंड पुटिंग इट ऑन अ पेपर. You have the data information on the paper, more accessible, because अंदर है तो खोजना पड़ता है, बाहर है तो दिख जाता है. So easy accessibility to that information, and also helps me to work around things that I have to work. So journaling becomes one of the things that I tell people to do. Another thing is, when I'm journaling, another aspect of the journaling is, what do I want to achieve with that abundance? क्या achieve करना चाह रही हूँ? And what am I doing to achieve that every day? So that is accountability. It is not just a thought. You have a vision board. You tell yourselves, this is what I want to achieve. Have a deadline by when you want to achieve it, and every day ask yourselves, what did I do to achieve this goal? That's going to make you accountable. जब हमें बचपन में होमवर्क दिखाना पड़ता था तो हम रिलीजियसली करते थे. जब होमवर्क सिर्फ करना होता था और कोई देखता नहीं था तो हम नहीं करते थे. That is how we end up not working with ourselves. So working on your homework is very important. Now understand, after journaling, there are two things else that I ask people to do, is be grateful for what you have. So every day, without fail, tell yourselves, what am I grateful for today? Become more and more aware of all the things that we have and say a gratitude that thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for the tea that I'm going to have. Thank you so much for the sunlight. Thank you so much for this opportunity of a podcast that I can share my information. Thank you so much for my legs, my body, my fitness that I'm able to sit for so long through the podcast. You know, there are so many things that I can be grateful for. And instead of saying what I don't have, now you're concentrating on what I have. You're opening up the channel to receive. Another thing is that I tell people track on a daily basis how you are feeling. If you're going to feel more negative and a lot of negativity through the day, you're vibrating in the negative energy. If you're vibrating in the negative energy, how are you going to manifest positivity? So first become aware, where am I investing time in most part of my day? And then learn on a daily basis to track your emotions. See how you feel. See how, this is a technique that I learned from a friend called Hitesh Bhatia. He teaches this to all of us. So I learned it from him. So I want to give credit to him and not take credit for this. But he's taught us that when we are in a state of complaining, we are vibrating at a low frequency of energy. And if we have to move to a higher frequency of energy, we have to be in gratitude and not in complaint. So one is try and avoid complaining. Be in gratitude, create your vision board, and journaling. These are a few things that I ask people. The reasons why, if you start doing it, you'll begin to manifest. You open the channels, you take away your filters of conditions that you have put as to how and what you will receive. And then, of course, you begin to manifest in a wisdom and not from a lack. The wisdom is that I have so much and I can manage so much. I've learned to manage this much. It's like a promotion. You are able to manage this much at this much at work. You're not telling the boss, give me promotion because you haven't given me promotion in so many years. You're telling him, look, I have managed this. Now give me more responsibility. And with more responsibility comes with a lot of privileges. So you're telling the universe, इतना manage किया है ना, अच्छे से किया है ना, अब और responsibility दे. I'm going to manage this. And then when you're happy, give me this much. That is abundance. When you're saying, I have managed this, I'm happy with this, but I'm getting bored. अभी excitement और add करो ना, इतना दो ना. So that this is how we are talking of abundance and to be able to manifest it in our daily lives.
And you know, when someone practices these things that you have told, journaling and you know, being grateful, are there any changes that happen in the person physiologically and psychologically as well?
Definitely, Sinam. So, physiologically, understand, emotion is energy in motion. When I feel a negative emotion, we are not flowing the energy, we are blocking the energy. आप देखिए, आप अगर jealous feel करते हो तो there is a sensation in the body that is constricting you. When you feel rejected, you feel a constriction in the chest. When you feel nervous, there is butterflies in your stomach. What is happening is the energy is closed in that part and it blocks. Now, when the energy is blocked in a certain part of your body and the energy is not free flowing, if there is a block, what will happen? अगर आपके ड्रेनेज में ब्लॉक हो गया तो क्या होगा? It will start to stink.
Correct.
So your life will start to stink. Something is not right. Something is not right. You're not free flowing. And slowly, this causes discomfort to your body. And anything that causes discomfort to your body causes dis-ease, which is a disease to the body. So every disease that any human being contracts is thanks to the not free flowing energy in the body. If your energy is free flowing, I promise you there is no disease to the body. If your energy is blocked, that is when we invite disease into the body. This is physiological. When you are practicing all of the positive emotions keep flowing. You're not keeping attention. See, a negative emotion is caught up because we are paying attention to it and we're saying, let this not happen, let this not happen. So we're paying too much of attention to a negative emotion. We rarely are paying attention to a happy emotion. Happy emotion आता है निकल जाता है, आता है निकल जाता है, आता है निकल जाता है. We don't
Correct.
hold on to it for too long. When you're not holding on to it for too long, then it is free flowing. So if it is free flowing, there is no blockage of energy. When you're happy in a mindset, there are a lot of positive hormones that are activated. And when there are a lot of positive hormones, then you generally are in a very happy state, a chirpy state. And then your enthusiasm, your happiness is very contagious. You are able to rub it off onto other people. People want you in their lives. So your personal relationships also get better. She's coming, great, great, great. It's so much fun. She's so much, out there and always there. You're always welcome in such a group. And you're natural. You're not draining yourselves out. You're not complaining. Now look at it, Seenam. If you meet a person who's full of life, would you want to spend time with such a person? Or would you want to spend time with a person who's cribbing about life and who's always complaining? You tend to avoid people who are complaining and cribbing. You don't mind it once in a while, but you have a certain bandwidth and you're saying, nah, I don't want to be this person. When you're going out to party, when you're going out, you don't want people to be complaining about life. You really
Correct.
want to enjoy life. So if you incorporate a positive attitude towards your own life, others are also going to welcome you. They want to know what are you doing differently for your life to transform like this. So definitely your physiology, your biology, your psychology, your emotions, and of course your connection to the divine. Everything is sorted. So change of attitude towards life is what will bring in abundance.
Interesting. And we have had like a wonderful conversation. I mean, I've learned so much about abundance in life, how to, really untap it, unlock it. And I hope, it was same for our viewers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Pallavi, for being
Thank
on
you
the show.
so much, Seenam, for having me here and allowing me to share my knowledge. I hope your viewers enjoy and learn something from this.
For sure.
Thank you.